Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. We've moved. We're getting our new studio set up. Thank you for being patient with us. We've got the better microphone working. We've got some decent lighting, but we're working on a better background and getting our good camera up and running. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Thank you for being patient with us. We appreciate it, but I just wanted to get content out to you guys. I wanted to talk to you. You are the best and smartest fans on the internet. That's why this is the People's Channel. I talk about the environment almost every week on this show. And one of the things I like doing, because it is pretty dire we're in climate collapse. It's not climate change, it's climate collapse. But I like showing you solutions that are already out there to do two things. One, to get people out of this like, oh, we're just going to need some crazy science fiction technology someone's going to invent somewhere down the road and that'll fix everything. That could happen, but we don't even need to worry about that. There's already solutions right here, right now. And I bring that up to show you the solutions are here. They just need mass implementation. And rather than spending a bunch of money on proxy wars like Ukraine, which has already gotten 120 billion, they're going to get another 40 billion more, who knows what. The whole point is like, if we spent money on projects like this that I'm about to show you that are in Brazil, we could change things for the better. And I'm going to show you there's jobs to be had. There's like all this great stuff. So this, I follow this guy on this, Mike Kadume on Twitter. Okay. And he's a climate campaigner and he's focusing on addressing, and he's really about putting out solutions. So ocean waves can be a source of unlimited clean energy. This wave power plant could power thousands of homes. We have the solutions to the climate emergency. Stop the delays, implement them. So this is in Brazil. And these, you see those two yellow, there's just these two yellow arms that are generating all this power. You know, I live in California. We could put these on any coastline. Let's show you. You see that? So this is, I like talking about stuff like this because if you see, there it is. Those two arms, they generate a lot of power, just those two arms. And then they pump water to fuel generators. So, you know, there's some reasonable questions being asked. Like I'm a big advocate for solar panels, but there's a lot of materials that go into solar panels. It's like, man, I don't know. It's a very valid critique or issue. This is iron ore. Pretty readily available thing. And again, that's just two of them. And they said however many watts of energy were created. We don't have to line every coastline with these, but we could put them in key spots. I mean, you saw that it was on some big rocked out jetty. There's a bunch of those. We could just put them out there. We're having big waves and big storms in California right now. We could be generating a lot of energy. And this is the problem in the United States. I mean, Brazil is Brazil really ahead of us? Thank God they just elected Lula, and Bolsonaro's right-wing fascist Nazi followers tried to overtake in essence, their Capitol building. And Lula just said, we're arresting all of them. I mean, you know, I don't think people understand in Brazil. They're going to crack a stern whip. And of course, Bolsonaro is hiding out in Miami Oh, wow, America's protecting him. Weird. We're protecting a fascist. Gee, has that ever happened in America? But we could have this right here, right now. This is not some like, this is 20 years down the road. No, this is right here, right now. This is very simple. Just the waves, it pumps, it fuels a generator, and we create power. That's not a coal powered plant. We don't need to frack, which creates more earthquakes. I've showed you that. We don't have, this doesn't then, a pipeline full of natural gas that can explode and contaminate groundwater. So what's the biggest disaster, worst case scenario? One of these arms breaks off and starts to float away, and then they get a tugboat and pull it in. Is that the worst? That's the worst. Wow. Rather than spilling hundreds of millions of gallons of oil into the water and contaminating sea life, like what? Show me the downside of this. Give me your worst downside for this. I guarantee you it pales to just an average oil spill, just an average pipeline leak, just an average fracking explosion. The solutions are here. The solutions are here. And so I want to get these out there. Share these to your friends and family. Let them know, like, this is the kind of thing that we can get done. Rather than when people ask, I want you to, we got to get out there and change everybody's language. Well, we want a Green New Deal. How are we going to pay for it? How are we going to pay for all these wars? How come nobody asked that? Always bring that up. Always bring that up. I really want to educate you guys on how to have these discussions and even debates with your friends and family. Don't get hot. Don't get rude. Don't get insulting, but just say, well, how come nobody asked that about war? How come no one's asking how are we going to pay for this $858 billion war budget just for 2023 that got approved by both parties in the House and the Senate? How are we going to pay for that? Because when I bring that up, people always go, wow, that's a good point. I never thought about that. Because they're just fed this. And I'm not mad at people because we're fed so much nonsense. How are we going to pay for Medicare for all? How are we going to pay for these wars? If we could pay for all these wars, we can pay for this. We could get this done. How many homes does this light up? So I like watching these kind of videos because it just shows me that it's out there. And this is the thing when I talk about voting with your dollars. Start asking questions like your office, your school, where's it getting its energy from? Even if you live in a little small town, your little, whatever, your city council, why can't you get your energy from this? Do you live in a coastal town? Why can't you have one of these built? Why is this so hard to figure out? Why can't we have this instead of getting the cops? Why can't we have these in Los Angeles rather than LAPD getting 54% of the city's operating budget and then still complaining they don't have enough money when they send, 9 cops to arrest a homeless lady? The answers are out there, everybody. The answers are out there. So that's what we're doing, guys. Find the money, connect the dots, and get the truth. Solutions are there. We can fix this planet like that. We can reverse this like that. And you can help be involved by letting your local politicians know this needs to happen. We could do this. Every little step counts. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth, and shave your knuckles for justice. Boom.